the most ruthless African dictators in history. Power corrupts, but absolute power? That creates a monster. Throughout history, Africa has witnessed leaders who rose to power with promises of prosperity, only to become symbols of oppression, fear, and brutality. Today, we dive into the dark reigns of Africa's most notorious dictators. Men whose names still echo with terror. Buckle up, because this is a story of power, paranoia, and pure destruction. Idi Amin, the Butcher of Uganda. In 1971, a larger-than-life figure took control of Uganda. Idi Amin Dada, a former soldier with a taste for violence, staged a military coup and declared himself president. At first, he was seen as a savior, a man of the people. But behind closed doors, a bloodthirsty tyrant. Amin ruled with an iron fist, executing over 300,000 Ugandans. He expelled the Asian community, crippling the economy, and lived like a king while his people starved. His paranoia grew. Ministers who questioned him vanished. Soldiers who disobeyed him were fed to crocodiles. By 1979, after years of terror, Amin was overthrown and fled to Saudi Arabia, but the scars of his rule remain. Jean-Bedel Bokassa, the cannibal emperor. Imagine this, a leader so obsessed with power, he crowns himself emperor while his people suffer in extreme poverty. Jean-Bedel Bokassa, the self-declared emperor of the Central African Republic, spent millions on a coronation fit for Napoleon while his nation crumbled. But that was just the beginning of his madness. Bokassa was accused of torturing and even eating his political enemies. He ruled through terror, forcing children to wear military uniforms and sending them to brutal camps. Finally, in 1979, after international outrage, he was overthrown and exiled, but his rule remains one of the most bizarre and terrifying in African history. Mobutu Sese Seko, the Leopard King. Mobutu Sese Seko ruled Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo, for over 30 years. And if there was a prize for political manipulation, he'd win it. He eliminated rivals, controlled the media, and declared himself the all-powerful guide. He even changed people's names to Africanize the country. While his people lived in extreme poverty, Mobutu became one of the richest men in the world. Corruption flourished in Zaire, one of Africa's richest nations in resources, was drained. But like all dictators, his rule ended in disaster. By 1997, a rebellion forced him to flee and he died in exile. What do these dictators have in common? Power, greed, fear. They rose to greatness, only to destroy their own nations. But history teaches us one thing. Dictators never last forever. The voices of people always return. Which dictator shocked you the most? Let's discuss in the comments.